have Colin Lynch with us. Welcome, Colin.
Thank you.
Colin, can you just fill us in of who you are and what you're doing here today?
Sure thing. My name's Colin Lynch. I'm a member of the Irish Paralympic cycling team. I've been a member of the team since 2010. I ride both track cycling and road cycling. In 2011, I won the World Championships in the time trial, and I followed that up in 2012 with another world title in the individual pursuit on the track. I went to the London Games, and I'm still at it, now working towards qualification for the Rio Paralympic Games.
Brilliant. Okay. Colin, we've been doing some work with Colin and provided him with an orthotic device for some of the problems he was having with cycling. Can you just give us a brief outlay of the injuries that you have and what sort of problems you were having with that?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was about 16 years old, I injured my leg playing rugby, and at the same time I got a spinal cord injury. So as a result of that, I ended up losing my left leg below the knee. So I used a prosthetic leg for that. And because of the spinal cord damage, I have pronounced weakness in the muscles on my other leg. So basically I have virtually no control of the muscles below the knee on the opposite leg. So when I'm cycling, I wear a custom-made cycling prosthetic for my artificial side, but the problem I was having with the opposite side is because of the muscle weakness, I was really struggling to control how my ankle moved up and down when I was pedaling, and I was getting pain and I was losing power and all sorts. So I was looking for a solution, basically just to try and fix my ankle in a position that would not only give me more power output on the bike, but also just help prevent injury long term.
Okay. Can we have a look at the device that you've got here? And Colin, you actually designed some of this yourself, didn't you?
Yeah.
You helped you with the manufacturing of it, but can you just talk us through the design and how you came to that design and things?
Yeah. To be honest, I spent some time just looking at what some of the other athletes out there were using, and then it was just a matter of trying to come up with something practical that was actually going to work on the bike. So essentially I needed something that was, like I said, that was really just going to fix my ankle in one position, but it has to be something that can also fit inside a cycling shoe. Yeah. And then there needed to be a way to basically attach it to my upper limb. So I came up with this, well, it was again a combination of something I'd seen before, but Crispin did a lot of the work in order to come up with the idea of, for instance, just having a brace on one side, so to allow a little bit of movement of the ankle on the other side. And really it's a solid carbon brace. So Crispin took a mold of my leg, and then they went into the workshop and they came back with this. And essentially, it's a carbon backing plate that wraps around the back of my leg, and it's then tightened together with clips that are actually taken off a pair of cycling shoes. And some snowboard straps to mount it on the other side. And then on the inside is just a series of layers of padding, again, just to sort of lessen the impact that it has against the skin. And then that just slides inside a cycling shoe, and my foot on top of it. So. And
how sort of comfy do you find it? Do you find it relatively?
Well, as I was saying before, there's actually two versions of this, and this is the stiffer one. So there's one that's slightly more flexible, so it has a little bit more give up and down. But by getting the padding in the right place, it essentially allows me to ride my bike. I ride for up to 5 hours a day, and in wearing this, I don't have any problems whatsoever. And the key thing is, in the past, after a ride like that, the amount of stress and strain that the joints in the ankle joint and the ligaments in the ankle that were taking were supporting all my weight. That was caused, I got a lot of inflammation and pain and stuff.
So that helped.
Oh yes, it's helped immensely. Like that's completely gone away now. So not only am I stronger on the bike, but less prone to injury, and I'm able to train harder and much more effectively than I was before.
So how do you think it's helped with your professional development, career development? Do you think it's helped you sort of improve?
Yeah, well, I mean,
just help more with comfort and strength and power?
No, it's helped me improve, because like I said, it's allowed me now to train, much better than I was able to train before. So, we had the brace made, and then I went off and used it in competition, rode on the track at the World Championships in April in Mexico and ended up breaking the world record.
Yeah.
Broke the world record, but unfortunately the guy that I was riding against broke it by a little bit more, but still came away with a silver medal, you know, 12 seconds off, took 12 seconds off my personal best time.
So what do you think about orthotics in general in that sort of industry? Do you think other athletes could benefit from certain orthotic devices, or what sort of impact do you think orthotics has on sort of Paralympics and different disciplines?
Well, Paralympians by nature suffer from some sort of disability, obviously. So I think one of the things I've discovered, you know, the longer that I'm in the sport, is that you have to be not just a good athlete, but you have to be smart, and you have to look for ways to overcome your disability. So if you have a particular problem or muscular, and if there is a way to improve that problem with the use of orthotics or prosthetics or whatever, then you have to take that opportunity, because you know anyone that's winning medals at the very top level, they've all done that. So when I started out, for instance, I was riding a bike with just a standard artificial leg, and I was nowhere. And then once I went and got a custom-made, you know, cycling prosthetic made, I went to number one. Almost immediately, I won my first race after that. I won the World Championships the same year. So it just shows you what a huge impact something relatively simple, you know, a small piece of carbon, but you have to be smart, and you have to think about, you know, so I spent a lot of time thinking about how is this going to work, and how is it going to work for me, because it's not an off-the-shelf product that you can just go and buy.
No, which is what we try and do here.
Exactly,
I mean, you're lucky yourself because you had some idea of where you wanted to go with it. But
Yeah.
we kind of want to be a bit more approachable,
Yeah.
so that people who don't can come and see us, and we can come up with something.
Yeah.
age.
And to be honest, I mean, I approached several different people with the idea, and you were the only company that came back to me and said, yeah, we could do that. You know, a lot of other companies said, no, it can't be done. We can't do that, or it can't be done, so immediately it was, you know, I knew that I was going to be working with somebody who actually was willing to invest a little bit of time and an effort and some different thinking into coming up with a solution, you know, that was bespoke, and it wasn't just, like I said, it's not just an off-the-shelf product, you know, and that's the kind of thing that you really need, you know, in order to succeed.
Yeah, and we're really obviously pleased with that. So thank you for coming down, Colin. It's really good to talk to you. And thank you for listening.